Hey folks, I'm the Mysterious JG, and I want to welcome you to my new Let's Play that I'm starting, which you probably gathered by clicking on this video. Final Fantasy Stranger of Paradise, Final Fantasy Origins of Stranger... It's Stranger of Paradise Final Fantasy Origin, and there's a kind of a weird backstory to why I'm playing it, but I think there'll be time for me to get to that. Let's just jump in. And hope that I don't find out there's an update file. Got a couple of people, including two sexy lady types, and I guess that's chaos. This is an origin story, folks. This is going to tell us the backstory on how Final Fantasy came to be. Now, unless it's about the people who made the original Final Fantasy game, that could be difficult to explain the backstory for all of Final Fantasy, considering it's made up of well over a dozen games, most of which do not share lore or backstory, just elements. But we'll see. It's also from Team Ninja. Turn on HDR. Yes? Game uses an autosave feature. Okay. And purchase the season pass. In a strange twist for me, I have not yet purchased the season pass. I'm actually going to play the game before I decide if I want to buy DLC. Although I did read about the DLC, confirmed that it doesn't really have story content, which is the main reason I haven't already bought the season pass. Let's do a new game. Yeah, so our difficulties. For players... So we got story, but for players who don't usually play action games, want to breeze through battles, and are looking to enjoy the story. Enable casual mode for an even more relaxed gameplay experience. Okay. Action. A mode for players who are familiar with action games and enjoy challenging battles, or hard. A mode for players who excel at action games and wish to engage in brutal battles. I mean, I played other games from Team Ninja and survived. Didn't necessarily thrive. I'm confident I could handle hard, but I just play games on default. Although this defaulted to story. But when a game is actually literally says, if you want to breeze through battles, like, I think the default was story, but I think action is probably the normal way to play this game. So I'm just going to go to action. Not hard. I'm going to have like a kind of semi-hard boner. Haha. Yeah, it's going to be that kind of healthy. Alright, we're a few seconds in. We haven't heard Steve Bloom yet. What's going on? Weeping Angels. Oh, I got that Doctor Who game I got to play too. I've got to play it. It is obligatory. Got it for Christmas. I have a sense that these guys are not going to do that well against dripping with blood, scary man. Oh, never mind. Blood people are dead people. Yeah, I feel like this guy is probably the one to put our money on, not these guys. Stop right there. Tell us who you are. Explain your origin. Alright, so is this Garland or is this Chaos? Kind of looks like Garland. I don't think I really understood as a kid what the connection between Garland and Chaos was. Like, I would have understood if they just made Garland turn into Chaos, but they didn't. It seemed like Chaos just showed up and was hanging out behind Garland and was like way bigger and meaner than Garland was, but I guess they are meant to be the same entity. So there you go. That's the end. That's the explanation. That is the backstory for... I shouldn't assume you guys know the story of Final Fantasy 1. I've never played it on my channel. I assume everything I've played on my channel, all of you have seen, and you don't know anything from anywhere other than my channel. But yeah, big scary dude that I think it's pretty apparent is Chaos. And it looks like he made eye contact with some dude through their masks, and I'm not sure if the guy is now a zombified servant of Chaos, or if he just was like, you know what, I'm not stepping to this guy. Differences between difficulties. Enemy strength and items. The ascending order of difficulties is story, action, then hard. With each level providing successfully tougher enemies, increased rewards, better equipment. While playing story difficulty, you can also activate casual mode for an even more forgiving experience. Difficulty can be changed any time. I guess you get better rewards for hard mode. I should consider that. Casual mode is defined by the following characteristics. Enemy strength and obtainable items are the same as in story difficulty. Break gauge consumption for soul shield and other abilities is decreased. Unblockable attacks can be blocked. Well, then how are they unblockable? Max MP is not decreased when falling in battle. Fallen allies will automatically be revived. Hey, I wasn't done. Casual mode cannot be activated during online play. I didn't know there was online play. I suppose I should know that, and I'll explain why in a moment. Alright, a Hydra. Huh. We're gonna be playing as the Hydra, you think? Oh, there he is. This would be a tutorial, I would assume. Lock on with R3. Normal attack. Not really sure how I even did that, actually. Yeah, I'm kind of in trouble here. Did I win? I was seeing different things I could press, but...
Looks like it.
Then why doesn't it feel like it?
I don't feel like I did well at all. I feel like I ran out of hit points and the game just let me keep playing. Not to mention its hit points are still there. We just knocked out its, like, key meter. Now it's Tiamat. Like, we shouldn't be fighting Tiamat yet. We got a whole bunch of fiends to fight first. Alright. Like, I don't know what the L2 and then circle was doing, really. Okay, we got Frank Sinatra has been licensed for this. And I think Frank Sinatra, I think Final Fantasy. Yeah, one of the reasons I bought this game is because I saw a YouTube video featuring some story stuff to suggest that it's full of completely ridiculous, laughable moments. Maybe that this game has a sense of humor about itself, but I was under the impression this game thinks it's the most epic thing ever and that it's hilarious, and that's... I'm going to try to give it a fair shake here, but you'll see. Reclaim our memories of combat. We're in question land. Okay, Lightbringer is some kind of, like, super mode I can activate periodically. I also have 5 green jelly beans. Well, let's just hope I don't get a... Well, that might be our memories of combat right there. I'm hoping I don't get a copyright strike for Frank Sinatra. I did it my way. Alright, lock on. Ow. I have to guard before it will let me be done with this. Okay. Soul Burst tutorial. The yellow bar above the enemy is its break gauge. Attack the enemy to deplete the gauge. So we broke Tiamat. This is what happened. Press R2 to expend MP and use an action ability to deal heavy break damage to your foe. Great swords have been added to this tip section of the menu. Break enemies by depleting their break gauge. Approach broken enemies and press circle to finish them off with a soul burst. Okay. I was told to hit circle against Tiamat, and I did. So I think that Tiamat fight worked like I just had infinite HP. Like, I think I got knocked down to 0 HP, and it just kept letting me go until I did, basically, this soul burst. Slaying enemies with a soul burst will recover your MP and raise your max MP. Okay, so basically, this is how I want to kill enemies. Don't just, like, tick away at them with regular attacks. Do a soul burst because it auto-heals you. So they're strongly encouraging you to use that attack, it looks like. Recovers MP. Does it recover HP? Because I'm not at full HP. I did take some damage. Soul Shield. A boot. Hold circle to deplete your break gauge and adopt the Soul Shield stance. Blocking an attack in this stance will restore MP and increase your max MP. Press R1 after a successful block to lunge forward and unleash a normal attack. Okay. Okay, didn't quite do that the way I was supposed to. I'm learning. Soul Shield is an extremely powerful counter that will stagger an enemy while raising your max MP. However, it will greatly reduce your break gauge, so a failed Soul Shield may end up putting you in hot water. Guarding, on the other hand, will greatly reduce the amount of break damage you take. It's a safe way to reduce the threat of incoming attacks. Start combat by guarding to get a feel for your enemy's attacks, and gradually mix encounters with Soul Shields as you get more. The amount of MP gained by Soul Shield is directly proportional to the amount of break damage a blocked attack would have dealt. Soul Shield is an effective countermeasure against big, damaging attacks, but guarding and evading are better strategies against faster attacks that hit more often. Got it. A boot. Instant abilities. When you detect an enemy ability with a purple name using Soul Shield, deflect an ability with a purple name using Soul Shield, that ability will become usable as an instant ability. Activate instant abilities by pressing square. Instant abilities do not consume MP, but their number of uses is limited. Ow. This is very silly. So I'm finding out how to get MP back, but not so much HP. When your max MP is increased to 2 or more full gauges, you can spend MP and max MP to cast Lightbringer. While Lightbringer is active, enemies become easier to soul burst, which is very helpful when you're surrounded by foes. For more information, see the relevant entry in the tip section. It's like, no, Lightbringer is way too complicated to explain now. Well, we're introducing the concept, but you couldn't possibly understand it all at this point. It's too much. Oh, I'm forgetting which button is which. Yeah, I'm terrible. Like, I've reclaimed my memories of combat, but I am still terrible. Like, I lost all my hit points fighting goblins here. Maybe it'll get easier when I'm not trying to do specific things. Maybe I need to switch to casual story mode. I just got done playing Wolong Fallen Dynasty, and I switched over to this, and it has a different combat system. It's not an excuse. I keep pressing buttons that would be attacking in the game I was just playing like 20 minutes ago, and they don't attack. Go figure. This is Cornelia Pepper speaking. I'm guessing this is Cornelia, guys. This would be my guess. I hope we get to go to Leaf End and everyone goes Lupa, Lupa. Huh? What? Sure. Huh?
Look, crystals can sense each other.
You have one too, don't you?
My mission is to kill Chaos. That's all I know.
Okay.
Me too.
Good. We're all on the same hunt.
I'm Jack.
Jed.
Ash.
Do you guys not have a white mage or even a black mage? What's going on? Jack, Jed, and Ash appealed to the King of Cornelia for leave to hunt down Chaos, but are refused. First Minister, several weeks have passed since that day. Now our three heroes return in triumph, their quest complete. Okay, what was their quest? Why didn't I get to see it? That's weird. Like, the story's already skipping a bunch of crap? What the hell? Is that DLC to find out what happened to them previously?
What?
Need something for that?
Need something destroyed?
It's just a scratch. Nothing a little spit can't heal.
Well, then let me spit on it, because it's bothering me.
When are we gonna fight Chaos? Well, this monster hunting is a pain in the ass.
Well, we didn't get to see it. It might have been interesting to us.
Fingers crossed we're done.
Either way, time to pay the king a visit.
Do you guys have backstories?
Leave without answers.
The world lies shrouded in darkness. The
Now,
rivers
for a Frank
die.
Sinatra song.
The seas languish, the earth decays,
Okay.
but the people believe in a prophecy, patiently awaiting its fulfillment. When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out when I can just jump in and start saying shit. Okay. I'm hoping they won't just skip past stuff without letting me read it here. Cornelia. Fool's missive, Cornelia. Cornelia. The joyous city with its proud alabaster castle. Though it lives in the shadow of chaos, its noble people greet dawn with heads held high. In the spirits of Cornelia's common folk are sustained by the royal family, particularly the beloved princess. Princess Sarah is Cornelia's moon, her silvery smile a balm that heals any troubled heart. Princess Mia is its sun, a source of comforting warmth to all. I don't remember Princess Mia. Maybe there were 2 of them. Yet it is a prophecy, too, that sustains the people's hopes. The wise words of Lucan foretelling warriors of light who will one day rise up and lead Cornelia to salvation. So what do I know about this game? So this game popped up, came to my attention. The only reason I knew it existed initially is... So, like, you know, there's this thing a couple years ago where Grimmeth Reaper, other YouTuber, fellow YouTuber, and I were playing games. And we played something where, for whatever reason, I suggested bringing in Lethal. Grimmeth and Lethal had been playing games together on and off for years. But there was like a stretch of time where Grimmeth and I were playing games, and I'm the only person I'm aware that he was playing games, at least local recordings for YouTube. I suggested we bring in Lethal. So I think Lethal went looking, after we finished whatever game we'd been playing, he went looking for 3-player games, and threw a bunch out there as ones we could play, and this was one of them. And I remember reading about it, and what I read about it was, it tells the story of Chaos, the villain of Final Fantasy 1. Now, so far, it seems to be telling the tale of the Light Warriors, so I'm not sure exactly where this is going. But from what I read about it, I was like, oh, this seems like a game I might enjoy playing solo. Don't know about playing it with the group or not. But then I kind of forgot about it for years. And then I came across a video by a YouTuber who is significantly more popular, and somebody I don't know, named Donkey, who just did a video making fun of this game. It's like a 5-minute video of just making fun of this game, and it seemed like a game that would be fucking hilarious. So, I found out, like, then I was interested enough to read more, and I was like, oh, this is a fucking fun, like a Squaresoft Final Fantasy Universe game from Team Ninja, who's like, I play all of Team Ninja's stuff. Even if I find some of them really frustrating, like, I play all the fucking Team Ninja stuff. So now it's kind of insane to me that I didn't already know about this game, and that I played through 2 Neo games, most of Wolong Fallen Dynasty, Ninja Gaiden Sigma, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, and although I haven't put it on the YouTubes or recorded it, Ninja Gaiden 3 Razor's Edge. I played all these games without ever playing their fucking Final Fantasy games. So that's just nuts. So hopefully I'll get better at the combat, but for now, this is a weird way to tell a story. It's like our 3 characters meet, then flash forward to them having already met the king, and asked for permission to fight Chaos, and been sent off on some other mission that we don't even know what it was. And like, this is a really weird storytelling at this point, but let's see where this is going.
You are skilled, to be sure. Few could have slain even one of those abominations, let alone 3.
I'm really impressed by the way you defeated not only the abominations, but also the Hydralisks and Zerg. I think the abominations are in Warcraft 3 as well. I probably shouldn't pause every 4 seconds, or we're never finishing this game.
Still the matter of your number, however.
When darkness veils the world, 4 warriors of light shall come.
And one of them is going to be black, because this is a 21st century game.
The color they should.
Can't argue with that. But you need warriors, right? Look in front of you.
We're just carrying
Here
big
we
black
are,
eggs.
ready and
What's
willing
ominous
to
about
take
that?
Chaos down for you.
Yeah.
And with all due respect, isn't that what matters most?
What about my cool shirt that I've got worn? It's like a
Yet
kilt.
a question still weighs on my mind.
Why am I so huge?
Pistols. Why court danger so eagerly? What could you possibly hope to gain?
Death.
All I care about is seeing Chaos dead.
And coming up with a dynamic new voice that doesn't sound like every other Steve Bloom
Or a
voice.
dream. It's like a hunger, a thirst.
Horniness.
Does that
Just
answer
trying to
your
think of-
question?
You know, biological urges.
Very well.
Hunger, thirst, horniness.
Minister
Yeah.
Lyko, fetch the key to the shrine.
My lord.
Jack.
Jack. I'm the one who killed your parents, Jack.
I place the future of Cornelia in your hands.
There's no way this is a mistake.
Do not fail us.
In what? You haven't... Like, I told you I'm trying to kill Chaos, but, like... Chaos isn't even a thing yet. Like... Oh, whatever. Items, tips, archives, battle settings. So we are a swordsman. We can, well, I say we can gain jobs, but in fact we can't at this point. We have our pugilist, whose name is Ash. Okay, I was looking for his name to be somewhere on screen. And the duelist, Jed. Jed! Let's say Jed is like smaller, so maybe he's going to turn out to be our black mage, but no, he's actually got the worst magic attack of the bunch. Slightly better magic defense than the rest. Jed is just kind of the shitty one. I mean, he's got the lowest magical attack, he's got the lowest physical attack. He's just the one who kind of sucks. He's got more spirit, yes he do. He's got more intellect, how about you? Slightly more agility. The lowest strength. Now everybody's stats are pretty, you know, close. I don't think we're I don't think we've advanced far enough that we get to play with this. We've already been playing for 23 minutes though.
I'll deliver the key to you in the morning. Make your preparations and wait for me at the city gates. Until then.
Because we don't get to climb up there.
Many warriors have come before us, but you are different somehow. I expect great deeds.
Done dirt cheap. Ooh.
Little is known about
Oh.
the shrine, aside from the fact it is choked with darkness. And
Now get out of that corner of my throne room and get on with your
tread
quest.
carefully, warriors. Do not let this be our final meeting.
He reminds me a little bit of He-Man's dad, who's like, you know, this noble king with a noble king haircut, noble king beard, but because he's a Master of the Universe action figure, he has like fucking huge muscles.
Little is known about the shrine,
Okay.
aside from the fact.
How dare you? Now we're gonna like talk to the back of your head?
I'll deliver the key in the morning.
No, we always cut to the same place with them. Alright, well, the game knows where it wants us to go. So I guess we'll go there next time. Yeah, so like a bit of a non-entity starting video because we had tutorials to go through, and hopefully I'll remember how to do all that stuff when we actually fight, because I don't know that I really had that much picking it up. But yeah, modern games have that struggle. Like, I feel like games from when I was young were better at teaching you combat than modern games are sometimes. When they didn't do tutorials so much. But we'll see. We'll see. It doesn't seem like it's got block, it's got evade, it's got it's actually pretty similar. Now that I'm thinking about it, it's pretty similar to Wolong in some ways, because Wolong has block. It has fancy pants evade, like parry. Soul whatever is basically parry. The game wants you to parry fancy stuff, which is exactly how Wolong works. Combat's, yeah, actually, I'm already, now that the more I think about it, the more I'm like, yeah, this game would appear to be a, you know, different attacks have to be dealt with in different ways, but beating bosses is probably going to be a matter of parrying shit and punishing, so that's not really that shockingly different from every other game. At some point, I got to figure out how to restore hit points, though, because even in the tutorials, I kept just, you know, dying, but not getting killed, because the game is chill and tutorial. So, or maybe I misunderstood how hit points work, and I was never in trouble at all. Some other meter was going down to flashing red. But when we come back next time, I'm seeing some ladies at the entrance. Let's chat with them, see what they got going on. Bye for now.